I want to know why E-Rep's here. Let's find the man in charge.
Okay, we'll probably stop the tutorials for a little bit and just kind of carry on with the game, kind of enjoy the cutscenes that they have.
Repeat, the New Freedom has gone down. Heavy casualties suffered. Does anyone copy? Captain Grant, sir. The terraforming interference is...
Keep trying, Corporal. You keep talking to that thing until your voice gives out. Do you understand?
Sir.
I recognize you. You're one of Von Bach's Ark Hunters. But who are you? And what are you doing in my base of operations?
Name's Cass. Wait. Did you just say Von Bach? As in Von Bach Industries? The dude they call Death's Merchant? What exactly is going on here?
That's none of your concern, miss.
Sir, we have at least 200 confirmed dead, and nearly twice that injured. With no chance of evac, we don't have nearly enough medical personnel or supplies, sir.
Recon spotted a rundown medical center nearby. Send one of your men to shake it down for supplies.
Yes, sir.
Sir, hostiles on the ridge are sniping the rescue team. Unless they can get into the Strato in the next 35 minutes. Sir, survivors on decks 4 through 7 will likely burn alive.
That will not happen, Sergeant. Pull everyone back, but you tell those men trapped on the Strato that we will get them out.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Eisenhower. Those snipers used to be EMC. Just a bunch of bloodthirsty mutants now.
You're telling me that those things are Earth Military Coalition soldiers?
Yep. Apparently they didn't get the memo when that gig fell apart all those years ago. They think you're invading.
How do you know all this?
There's a lot of old EMC junk around here. The least of which is Project...
Yeah. Project Tranquility. I know all about it.
Humans and Votans living in perfect harmony. What a bunch of stucco.
Tranquility wasn't a combat operation. The mutants wouldn't have access to firepower capable of taking down a Stratocarrier.
Nope. You're on your own with that mystery.
You. Listen. No matter how much it pisses me off, protecting your arrogant boss is critical to this mission. If you help me bring some sanity to this mess, we can work together to find him. Alright then. I need to get my rescue team into New Freedom immediately, so take care of those snipers. Where do you think you're going, miss? You're gonna tell me everything you know about this restricted area that you've been wandering around illegally.
Scruggin' E-Rep.
I was thinking there would be a little bit more voice dialogue, so let's go ahead and open up our inventory.
Prepare to get tagged
You have
and
been
bagged.
challenged to a duel. This will be a great test of our skill.
He's going to challenge me to a duel. Unfortunately, I don't remember the commands to accept that right now. Yeah, we'll just carry on. Yeah, there's a way to do it. I don't remember the commands to be able to do it, so we'll go ahead and carry on. We're going to open up our inventory and equip that gun that we just got. Remember I said there was two ways of doing it. Now I can actually show you. I showed you the first way was to go through here, double click and open up your inventory. The other way is to actually scroll through here and look for your inventory. Or if you actually have the keybinds, you could open up your inventory that way. And here's our new gun, so we'll go ahead and double click that, double click it and equip it. So now we've got it equipped. Don't worry about that E1 and E2. I'll explain that here in just a little bit. The important thing to note is that we have a green icon now. And where did our other gun go so we can compare it? So this is the one that I just equipped. This is the one that we had. As you can see, this one has more damage, but this one has better all over stats. So you'll have to, if you wanted to get right down to it, what you could do is take the damage, multiply it times the fire rate, and that'll give you a pretty good idea of your DPS. Of course, you could say the reload speed. The reason I don't include the reload speed is because you could always get behind something, or usually get behind a target, or get behind a building or something to reload your weapon and get back into action. The important thing is that green icon right there. Let me look over at the notes real quick. That is a radiation icon. That is going to increase the damage that the NPCs take. There's also incendiary, which lights them on fire, electrical, which has a chance to stun, biological, which I just want to make sure I get it right, reduces their movement speed, and I believe that is it. So yeah, this is the radiation one, which is going to increase the damage that they take, so we're going to go ahead and go with that. Here's what it looks like. I like that. A little bit different of a graphic. And I did turn that stuff off on the minimap, didn't I? Yeah, awesome. So we'll go ahead and get our next quest up here, the Sniper's Ridge, which is a little bit to our north. You know what? I need to fix my radar real fast because that's going to kind of mess with me. I'm going to go in here to the settings menu. Where is it? Right there. And on our minimap, rotate with camera. I'm going to shut that off. If you have a console, one thing that might help you out, I've got to find it real quick. Give me just a second. Okay, my apologies. I found what I was looking for, and it's actually under controls, and that option is going to be aim assist. So if you're using like an Xbox controller or something like that, you might want to turn that on. I turned it off for keyboard and mouse reasons. It feels kind of clunky. I don't really like having that on, so go ahead and get our next quest here. And this is for the Sniper's Ridge. It says the Earth Republic rescue team is being picked off by the mutant snipers. Get to the ridge and take them out so the rescue team can access the New Freedom wreckage and evacuate those trapped inside.
The rescue team can't move until you cross the valley and take care of the targets on that ridge.
Yeah, I don't like that. Occasionally, it kind of depends on the type of game I'm playing. I don't really like my mini-map to be rotating like that. And I think this is going to help me out. So we need to get up there on that ridge, and you could go this way if you wanted to. There's actually a little bit of a shortcut, but you'll have to do a little bit of finagling to get up there. And I might actually brighten this up for you guys. It's a little bit dark on my screen. It does have a day and night cycle as well. I could brighten it up for myself, but the problem is that when it's actually daytime and I get out there in the sun, it's a little bit too bright, so I just kind of bear with the darkness. So we've got snipers, as you can see. I'm just going to kind of work my way and get behind them, and we do have our ability to stealth, so I might use that here in just a minute. And there's an explosive barrel right there. Let's take advantage of that. And he's down. Got one more guy right here. The AI in the game doesn't really pick up, but well, yeah, let's go ahead and stealth and get out of here. But the damage kind of gives up there. You kind of have to watch your ego rating and get gear for you. I'm going to go ahead and wait here for just a second and give me a few seconds for that stealth ability to come back up. And while we're waiting, what I was going to say is, as you increase your ego rating, that determines the gear that you have access to. Like in most MMOs, with the exception of in this game, it's whenever you go to loot gear. So say this guy drops and he drops a piece of gear, it's going to be relatively equivalent to the ego rating that we have right now. So they're only going to be dropping about level 20 gear. But if I was, say, ego rating 6,000, he would be dropping roughly 6,000 gear. The cool thing about this game, I wish more MMOs would be like this. Whatever drops, drops for me specifically. It doesn't drop for anybody else. So you don't have to worry about somebody coming by and ninjaing your loot. Take your time, get your kills, and then go back and get your loot. I love that voice. Let's actually get in here. I don't think my bullets were hitting him. I think we might have been a little bit too far out. As you can see, my shields are down just a bit, so we'll get here behind cover. And as long as I'm not taking damage after a few seconds, there we go. Right back up there.
Take him down!
Yeah, the AI doesn't really get any better than this, but the damage that they deal, the damage you take, stuff like that it goes up a little bit. Eventually, I'm going to have to start getting a little bit better at my weapons. So we got some grenades there. Not everything that drops we have to collect. The ammo and stuff like that you don't have to worry about. Money and stuff like that, just run over on top of it and you'll get it. The only things you have to actually pick up are going to be like grenades, spikes, and your actual gear that drops. Let's actually do what we're supposed to be doing, which is reclaiming this, getting this ammo. Not gonna worry about those guys. I think we've picked enough. Leave me alone. I'm busy.
Target destroyed.
Let's see what happens if we stand a little too close to this crate. Oh!
Target destroyed.
I think we actually, yeah, I did. I'll show that off here in just a second. Right up here on the top left hand side, we lost our shield. So the only way to get that back, I will show you guys eventually. When we get back to town, I'll show you guys how to repair that. Right now I can't do that. The only thing that I could do is pick up ammo if there was an ammo crate nearby. Oh, which there is. Let me get rid of this guy real quick. And the way I know that there's an ammo crate on the mini-map, there's a little white icon right there. So there is an ammo crate. We can refill our ammo. If I don't die in the meantime, and I might just do that. Let's go invisible here. Let our shields build back up. Alright, let's get back out there and finish out our mission. And other players could be doing this mission if there were some around. Unfortunately, there's not. So that's going to take me a few extra seconds, which actually that's not a bad thing because we are leveling up our weapon and getting kill experience, so that's good. The game, it levels up fairly slow, but then you're going to get to a point where you're going to wish that you had spent some time grinding a little bit to get that ego rating back up there. You could, without doing any grinding, finish most of the content. Is that a good guy? It is. Oh, cool. We have a friendly here now. So this will go a little bit quicker. But in order to get in certain dungeons, you will have to either go through the story to unlock the dungeon that way, or you'll have to have your ego rating up there.
Target destroyed.
And your ego rating doesn't give you more health or anything, but it does increase the damage that your weapons deal, as well as better shields that you'll have. So here's our first look at our very first boss, and you're going to see a lot of these guys. It does kind of repeat the NPCs. You're going to see a lot of the same NPCs over and over.
Intruder! Defend this position!
Alright, so we want to watch out for those explosive barrels for obvious reasons. They hurt us as well as them. Now that there's actually another player here, it also increases the ego of these guys. So unlike Rift, if you've ever played Rift, usually the amount of NPCs might have a little bit larger spawn, but these guys are going to deal more damage, and it's going to take more damage to kill them. And it's kind of a twofold scenario. Let me get out of here. A twofold scenario. Not only do they increase their damage and it takes longer to kill them, if that guy that's out here, I don't know what level he is. Actually, I can show it off right here. It's a threat level 1. If he was a higher ego rating, it might get up to threat level 5, and that could get kind of deadly, so he's not too high of a level. It's supposed to actually bump our level to be equivalent, but it doesn't really work out. If you've ever played Rift, you'll know that that doesn't, or I'm sorry, Guild Wars, doesn't always work out to your favor.
Take a seat.
As you can see, it's taking a little bit longer to get these guys down. That's alright. There are two of us here, so.
This planet is ours! Push them back!
I think he's already killed the boss. I'm not seeing him.
You die!
So I'm not sure if the boss is dead yet or not. Where is he?
Area
Okay, there
secure.
we go. And here's a list of our points. If you wanted to look at that, that just tells us basically there's two of us here. Let me go ahead and go to the next screen. Gives us a rating here. You can see that I did better, but I was here longer, so that's the reason I did better in this particular scenario. I'm sure he probably actually did better once he got here. You're going to find that in every
You and I
area.
have a bright future together.
The rescue team is clear. They're heading into the New Freedom now.
Looks like you convinced Grant that us Ark Hunters can actually help out here. He said you can take one of the runners to get around. Pick it up at HQ on your way down. Otherwise, you're gonna need sturdier boots and a lot more guns.
You're going to find that in every area where there's a multiplayer event possible. And there's actually a better way to get back to town. Let's go ahead and show that off. We can bring up our map, and we're supposed to be going here. So what I actually want to do is show a waypoint system. If we right click, we can set up waypoints, so that might help you out. And if you come over here and left click, you can actually teleport, and it's free to use, so you might as well go ahead and do that. And where is our quest giver?
Nice. We have access to a runner now. You can use it whenever you want to get around faster.
One of my medics found some supplies at the Accord Medical Clinic, but he said there's mutants crawling all over the place. Get him in there so we can get that gear.
Alrighty, so he wants us to actually, I think we actually have to go over here and accept the quest first. And before we do that, let me actually pop out the runner real quick. I'm not sure what your key bindings are. I've redone mine, but I've called out my runner. We're going to go ahead and hop on that. You also get a boost on it. And the thing with the runners and all the vehicles, they can be damaged and destroyed, but all you have to do is call it back out. And it might take you a couple of seconds before you're allowed to do so, depending on how long it was since you last called out your vehicle. Let me actually open up the map and show you where I'm going. I'm headed right here to the end of this road. Let me kind of get that. There we go. Following this road all the way till it dead ends. I'm going to pick up a data recorder as one of the achievements that will help you get more experience later on, and I'll show that here in just a minute as soon as I get the data recorder. A couple of NPCs up here that we're going to have to deal with. Hopefully I can deal with them and they don't deal with me. Next. Let me actually recharge my shields here because I think there's going to be one more that pops out. Yeah, there he is right there.
Take him down!
Out.
Maybe if I can just sneak around. No, I can't get to it without killing this guy. Let's work on our melee a little bit since I've got the shields. There's a data recorder right here in this tunnel. We'll go ahead and pick that up. And you can open up your inventory. Let me actually get... I didn't mean to do that. Call out my speeder and get out of here before these guys respawn, and I'll show the reason behind that. You can open up your inventory and read those. Some of them have voice dialogue. Some of them you'll have to open up your inventory and read it. I don't plan on reading every single one of them. There's a couple of them in the game, and I'm not the best at reading stuff while I'm trying to do this, so reading aloud, I should say, is kind of a shortfall for me. Okay, I think I'm far enough away. I'll actually just teleport back down to where we need to be. Okay, so the reason I picked up the data recorder is go into our goal sheet, and remember Season 1, and underneath Mount Tam. Is it the exploration? No, it's not the exploration. Right here, under the data recording. So underneath Mount Tam, which is the area that we're in, there are a total of 4 of them, and I think there's actually 5 of them. One of them we're not going to get until later on during the episode, but once we get that, we'll have a little bit more ego underneath our belt. Free ego, I should say. Go ahead and get our next quest over here. Oh, you know what? There was one other thing I was going to show you guys.
To floor.
So now that we're down here in the main hub, there's a supply vendor where we could buy and sell things. Think of this more like, Borderlands. If you've ever played Borderlands, that's the way these things work. As you can see, we've got 30 minutes to buy a special gun here. And the reason I said that it didn't matter what particular character that you first started out with, as you can see, there are various items in the game that you can get to replace that. They don't have any stats on them. It's all based on looks. The only thing that matters are your weapons. So we have 30 minutes so we can get a special weapon. There's tons of vendors throughout the game that we haven't unlocked yet, and we will later on. They're going to be down through here, and here's the size of the map if you were curious about that. Pretty good sized map, I'd say, especially considering that everything is open world. There are no cutscenes where you have to go to transform in between places. This is a lockbox. We'll get into more about that later on, but for now, these are the items that are in here, just special caches that require special drops that we haven't obtained quite yet. I was looking for, I guess if I use my mini-map I could find it a little bit easier. There we go. If you remember up top on the left hand side of your screen, I said that once this is gone, it's gone for good, and that is until you get back to one of these special hubs here on the mini-map, the blue icon right there. Teleport back there, and now we can replace that. And of course you can go ahead and get your ammo filled up as well. One thing to make sure of, anytime you go to do your ammo, you want to refill your gun first. And now we can actually go ahead and refill our ammo all the way. Not a huge thing, but it will help you out. Let's get back up to where the quest giver's at. And there's a little bit more to the game, but I kind of want to get in here and do a little bit more of the gameplay and unlock it before we get into some more tutorials. So let's kind of kick back and have a little fun. Alright, the Rapid Machine Cabinet. Captain Grant's recon uncovered supplies at the mutant-infested Accord Medical Clinic. He sent his medics ahead to find a truck and collect the gear. They'll need some assistance, and here's what we're going to get out of it. Some experience, in-game currency, as well as we're going to get a new shield. Well, so much for voiceover.
I'm picking up a distress signal from Captain Grant's men. They're in trouble. We better help.
It always catches me. Sometimes there's voiceover, sometimes there's not, and I never know which ones are there because it's been quite a while since I played the game myself. Don't know everything there is to know. One thing that there is in game is a trading system. I know that you can do it, that I have not figured out. I really didn't care to. I kind of liked getting the gear myself. As well as there's an option to be able to break that gear down, and you're going to need that, we'll call it ore. They use, I believe, matrix shards or something like that. I can't, matrix salvage, that's what it is.
I'm pinned down!
I'll just call it, I'll call it metal. And you're going to need that metal whenever you go to install mods in your gear. Go ahead and take these guys out. Our primary objective is to res the guys down there on that platform, but I want to kind of clear these guys out a little bit before I get started. They will keep on respawning, but we'll get a couple of them down here. Maybe. My pistol is not the best, it looks like. These guys are definitely taking some damage. Let's go ahead and hop down there and see if we can get these guys up. I might, no, I'm going to be in line of fire, so let's take that guy out. Headshots do crit damage, as you can see, so if you're good with the gun, you're going to have an easier time than I am.
Better already.
Alright, we got one guy up. Let's get another guy up, and then we have to protect him.
I thought I was a goner.
Basically just kind of kill these guys off, and it takes a minute.
We've got hostile mutants moving in from the northeast.
Alright, so we got more guys coming in. I'm not sure why that wasn't hitting him.
Kill! You will die!
Let's go ahead and break out our shotgun. And let our shields recharge. Oh, nope. Bad time to let the shields recharge. Uh-oh, and we're down. Well, this is good. It gives me a chance to show you guys. I can either extract, which sends me back to the waypoint, or I can self-revive. I'm going to go ahead and self-revive. It's free. The only thing is,
Wake up!
I now have a timer. And I'm trying to find it on my screen. I don't see it on the screen, but there is an icon on the screen that shows you how long you have. I believe it's somewhere like 5 to 10 minutes. And if I get incapped again, then I will actually have to respawn. Yep, there's a grenade. Let's get out of there. And might as well roll. I'm still not seeing the icon on my screen, and I know it's somewhere there. There's another grenade, and I got hit with it. Let's go ahead and take that guy out. If there was somebody else around, they could actually revive us as well, and I wouldn't have to worry about that revive timer.
I'm done with.
Oh no, now I gotta res him. As you can see, I'm not the best at it, but I do enjoy it for what it is. I enjoy getting around and playing some FPS games from time to time.
I thought I was a goner.
This planet is ours.
As long as I'm not
I feel
getting
better
hit,
already.
as long as I'm not getting hit, I can res him. If I was getting hit, it would reset that cooldown, and I'd want to get out of there. Tell you what, why don't we sneak up behind these guys and get some better shots in? And the thing with stealth, you see as I'm shooting, it brought me out. Yeah, I can run behind cover and I'm stealthed again. I've got 15 seconds of that. And now I've got 40 seconds, so I've got to wait for it to recharge. And
Mutants coming in from the west.
as we skill up, I could put points into that, which would reduce the recharge on it. Get off of me.
Take him down.
Nope, don't take me down.
EMC forever.
Okay, let's go ahead and reload, and I actually need to reload both my weapons. There we go. The reason I didn't want to say that one ability is better than the other is because they're all situational, and it depends on your playstyle. My playstyle, I kind of like switching between the stealth as well as the increased damage. It really depends on the situation. You know, is it a boss fight or am I just kind of taking out these guys? I find having stealth, or you could use decoys as well, is better when you're fighting masked targets. If I was up against the boss, then I might want increased damage.
I'm out of bullets.
Yep, oh, that's not good. We're out of bullets. Okay, we'll switch weapons and use the shotgun here for a bit. And there is an ammo crate, but I'm not going to do that right now since I've got this guy on us. Maybe I can get over there. Should be able to refill now. Like so, I want to primarily, or if I can, okay, let's do some rolling here. My ability's still on cooldown, so just kind of do some dodge rolling here and get behind shelter. Let that shield recover and watch out for grenades. Oh, get away from me.
There is no hope.
That's kind of what it's looking like. There's definitely no hope because I am surrounded. Let's actually get out of here a little bit. Hopefully these guys don't all reset on me. Looks like there's another player in there as well.
Push them back.
Alright, now let's get back in there. See if we can get that guy rezzed up. That is our primary objectives, because these guys are going to keep respawning until we've had these guys up for a period of time.
I thought I was a goner.
It would be helpful to have a sniper rifle right now. I think we actually do have one. If we don't have one now, we get one here in a quest or two. There are multiple loadouts that you can do.
Thanks for the assist. We'll get this truck running and meet you at the medical clinic.
Okay, is he going to be quiet for just a second? Hopefully. So we can go in here to our character selection screen, and as you can see right now unlocked, all we have is the ability to have two. So what I could do is go over here to
Hunter, we're in position, but this place is crawling with more mutants. We're going to need your help.
go over here and have a totally different loadout. So I could have, say, a sniper rifle over here and keep our shotgun, have that as one loadout, and then keep with our original loadout. But the thing is, we'll go ahead and do it. We'll go ahead and click on loadout number 2. As you can see there, we actually have to spend a few seconds in between changing weapons. So that is something to bear in mind. You wouldn't want to do that in the heat of combat. So that is how that works. Let's go ahead and work our way to the next area. Didn't really intend it to be too much of a tutorial thing, but as I was playing through the game, I kind of did, I wouldn't say practice runs, but I wanted to familiarize myself with the game since it had been a while. I realized that there's quite a bit of stuff that the game does not cover, and that, well, right off the bat, you know, we got a pistol that had a bonus stat on it. You know, I really don't want to mess with these guys, but there are other people here, and we do want the experience, so let's go ahead and do it.
Push them back!
Oh wow, that guy had a nice sniper rifle.
Get over here and help me!
This is just an event. It's not counting for our actual mission. As you can see, that big guy there is a boss.
Hey! Get over here and help me!
From one of the ones that we faced earlier. Nothing real special about him. His attacks are fairly slow. I think he's got a grenade launcher.
Republic technician in need of assistance!
The other NPCs around are actually more dangerous because his attacks are easily avoidable. I say that and I watch me get hit with it. Now it looks like he's targeting me, so... Here he goes, yeah, grenade launcher.
Keep it up.
Area secure.
We'll go ahead and get this guy up.
I feel better already. Help! This is not what I signed on for!
Like I said, this isn't our main mission. This is just one of those random events that you come across in the world. And look.
You have acquired a weapon mod. You can use it to personalize your equipment.
I think that event's over. Looks like it, so we'll go ahead and go to our actual quest that we're supposed to be doing. And those events are a good way to kind of take a break from the game. You know, get in there with some multiplayer, some players. If you see other people doing it, might as well hop in and get yourself some experience. Like I said, it kind of takes a little bit of the grind out of the game that you're going to face later on. Oh boy. Those guys will follow you for a little bit of a ways, so keep that in mind. Not too far. I would say they'd probably bug out right about there. How far am I actually away from our destination? Not too far. Should be getting some more voice dialogue here in just a second. And maybe 2 or 3 more seconds.
Let's find the medical supplies. Watch out for the mutants along the way, though.
Alright, so on the minimap it's showing us where the medical supplies are at.
There's medical supplies in there, but I can't get to them with these freaks around. Put these locators on the supplies, then come back and get me. Radios are down, so once the targets are cleared, fire a flare from the roof to signal the medical team. We'll secure the perimeter.
So our objectives are these 3 icons right here on the minimap. Go ahead and take out a few of these guys real quick. Don't you come up here after. Okay, shotgun time. Oh, nice. I don't get to see that very often in this particular game. They do a fairly good job. Oops, fairly good job with the falling over animations, but occasionally you will see a guy here flying around. We'll do a few more missions and then I kind of want to take a look at our inventory again. Might look at the breaking down process. The reason I wanted to wait a couple more missions is because we're going to get some more loot and I'm not sure what abilities have been unlocked quite yet.
Drive them out. We must drive them out. You should run. Traitor!
Yeah, I think I should
All
definitely
right.
probably
They'll need
be
all
running.
of that for field surgeries.
So, like I said, headshots are critical for the most part. There are some NPCs where that's going to change a bit. It will be fairly noticeable. Some of the bugs have it to where you're going to want to hit them on the backside or maybe the stomach. And a couple of the actual larger NPCs, humanoid larger NPCs, you're going to want to hit them in the back. They'll have like a jetpack or a flamethrower or something like that. I said jetpack, I meant flamethrower or something like that that you're going to want to hit. It's usually fairly obvious, especially if you go to hit your gun a few times, you're going to find that weak spot. For these guys, it's headshots. Or just hit them in general would be a good idea. I think I'm actually hitting the rock there. We should be getting fairly close to rank, at least rank 4 or 5 on the pistol. We'll take a look at that here later on. Is it clear? Not clear yet.
This is our fight.
I might be able to get in here and ninja that. Oh, not with that thing sitting there, I won't. Okay, let's actually get out of here. We'll start from the backside. How about that?
Cover.
As you can see, that is the reason I like stealth. I'm kind of a little scaredy cat. Stop moving so I can hit you. And that's how the NPCs spawn, most of them. Occasionally there are, oh boy, occasionally they will spawn on you, but most of them come out of vehicles or some type of equipment.
You will
Ow. That's what it's looking like. If I'm not careful, I just might die.
This is fun.
One thing to note, right now, these guys don't have shields on them. Later on, they will have shields on them. And their shields will actually regenerate. So if I was to hit this guy right here and then stop hitting him for a few seconds, his shields would regenerate. So this whole run and gun and duck behind cover kind of thing, you want to make sure that you're always hitting that target so that you don't sit there for an hour trying to kill him.
They'll need all of that for field surgeries.
Okay, so he got that. I can no longer get that. He got it for us, so. Which is a good thing. That means I can concentrate on other things. So he's getting the experience.
We got him. Nice work. Now let's get to the roof and signal the medics.
He's getting the experience for doing that, and I'm getting experience for killing. So we're both working kind of towards the same goal.
Get behind them!
There, how'd you like that?
Kill them all!
Probably not the best spot for me to be at right now. Oh, okay. Just back up. Shotgun time. Of course, I guess I could start using some grenades.
Sorry about it.
Move up.
Yeah, I'm not even hitting the guy. And as you can see there, he used his decoys. So now I can get up here and aim on these guys. I'll let him get our next achievement or next thing over there that we need. Right over there. If he's going to go for it. There we go.
Tango in sight, advancing.
The Earth Republic team has arrived. Where'd they get those helicopters? Wait, those are mutants!
Help! This is not what I signed on for! Look for cover!
We need to clear this area of hostiles.
I've been hit!
Let's get back up top. I came down there because I wanted to reload my ammo. Make sure that we're topped off, ready for the fight. He's picking them off there. He's picking the ones off down bottom. I'm expecting more up top, so I'm gonna stand back here. Make sure they don't get him from behind. Kind of giving him a little bit of cover fire.
Some blood?
This is our fight!
Yeah, when it comes to doing the goals that you're supposed to do, like that guy was not. I'm not gonna say he was supposed to, but we were supposed to come over here and deactivate this or grab this device. that is one thing you won't see me rush to do. If there's other players in there, I'm going to let them have it because it does give experience. And I'll show that off again whenever that screen pops up that popped up last time. This screen right here. This is how well we did. Of course, I was here longer than he was, so bear in mind, not saying that I'm a better player in no way, shape, or form because I was here longer. I was able to get more kills off as well as get some of the goals that we need to get done. But if we were both here at the same time and I was off killing, I would get experience for that, and he would get experience for, you know, looting those particular items and stuff. If you wanted to be a jerk, I guess you could sit there and kill things and try to make sure that you're the first person to get there and get that stuff done. But I don't play like that.
Come back to the EREP circus tent. They're still having radio communication problems, and I can help. Judge me if you want, but there's script to be made here.
When available, I choose to go through the killing route because I'm also leveling up my weapon as well. And once we get out of here, I actually kind of want to open up and see how we're doing on that. Because if we are past the pistols, I would like to get rid of that and get into something else. So let's open up the map, and they want us to go down south.
Ah, petrol.
Some of these quest hubs, you can participate. You don't actually have to have the quest in order to participate. So if you wanted to, you could actually come back and help other players out and get experience that way. The only downside is if you're a high-ranking ego and the other guy's a low ego, then you're going to want to make sure that you're carrying them because they're going to have a little bit more of a difficult time killing the NPCs. I hate to use the word carry, but that is kind of what you're going to be doing because they're having a low ego rating. They're not going to be dealing the same damage, and the NPCs are going to have more health and shields. So you will, in essence, be kind of carrying them, but you want to make sure that you're doing your part. Don't want it to be too hard on those guys because it's kind of frustrating if you're low ego level.